morning. So we are doing a video on the garden. So this is what my garden looks like. This is just a single plot with a side plot from the side, a tomato side, and seed trays at the far end. So from this far end, we have a salad patch, lettuce, all grown in recycled soft drink bottles. This is a baby leaf mix. And this far end, these containers did not make it. Probably because the soil is not well drained. This needs to be fixed probably today. I'll be putting in some seeds, another salad mix in there. And from the far end, we have those two containers, recycled soft drinks, some soft drink bottles as well. We have basil in this one. This is basil. And then we have mint in this one. We've had several harvests from that mint. Looking as stunted as it is, but I think it's because it's not really growing properly, because the roots are restricted into that little container. I need to find a bigger container and move that mint into a bigger container, because I need it to do well on that. I need it to be bushy. And then down here we have seeds that we started yesterday. We started tomatoes from store-bought the store-bought seeds. We started eggplants, black beauty. We started what else did we start yesterday? We started cauliflower. Yes, cauliflower. And then in that container, black container there, plastic, we have mint. I don't know if it will do well. It seems like it's dying back, but I'm hoping, I will keep watering. I'm hoping it comes back to life. And then when we walk back here, we have the main bed. This is the main bed. There's the bed that we started during the first lockdown, I think mid-April. Yes, we have spinach that looks like today is doing well. It has been bolting a little bit. The leaves were curling. It wasn't looking really great a few days back, but today it looks like it's doing great. We've harvested from this patch several times, and I think we have given away about 3 big bundles of spinach to other people that we live with around in the compound, and the other to my family. So it has really served us well. It has treated us to nice meals. And we have spring onion. Should I say chives? No, there's not spring onion. Those are chives. We have chives in between there, and we have beets on the other side. We have kale in between here, and we have we have carrots. And then in between this bed, you can tell we have tomatoes. I think 3 tomato plants and seedlings at the far end. These are chili pepper plants. I hope they survive. They've survived the cold, so I hope they'll get ready to be transplanted soon. We have this tomato plant here. It has survived the cold so far. I am hoping it comes back. As you can see, it was drying back a bit, but it is showing some new growth here and some new growth here. So I am hoping that it comes back to life. You can see it also has some fruit on it, so I'm hoping it will make it. It had so many flowers that had been lost. Even the leaves are not looking great. And then in between here we have a smaller tomato plant that seems to be doing well. It's starting to flower. It's looking great. I hope this one does great. I mean, we have this one right here. Yes, it looks good. This one also has some fruit in it, though this other fruit has some kind of, I don't know what you call that, and it has some blossom and rot right there. I don't know, I think that was caused by inconsistent watering and feeding, but it's been doing great. It's been doing great. I mean, all these tomato plants in the main bed are volunteer tomatoes. We never planted any of this. We never started, and mind you, we never threw any seeds in this bed. They just popped out of nowhere. And then we have bits. They are doing great. Our beds are doing great. If you can look down here, they are doing great. And yes, I don't know what this white fudge is. This white little thing, I don't know what this is. But when we were watering yesterday, it wasn't there. I hope it disappears, because I hope it disappears. Yes, I was going to show you the bits. Yeah, there. You see those. This. Yes, there's bits there. Currently doing great. There's kale here. We harvested yesterday. That is why it's looking the way that is right now. And carrots, some way here. There's just a few carrots, not really much. It was just a trial to see if really there's soil we can do carrots in it. But they're doing great. I'm not sure if the taste is going to come out right. I haven't really thinned any of those. You see? Down there. Yes. Down there, you see. These need to be thinned, we have this. This is what we have for our carrots. And then that far nearer the salad patch, we have seedling trays. That other one, it's parsley. It seems not to be doing great. Let me give you a closer look. This covered patch here, it's kale and peppers, sweet peppers, and here we have parsley. I'm not sure if this will do well because the soil I used here, it's kind of clay, so I think they're struggling a bit. I don't know what to add to the soil. I'm not even sure whether to transplant them yet because they look bad. I'm afraid I'll lose them. Even this one, some died. I really lost a lot of this parsley. I had I think about 10 trays, so I lost them all. These are the only ones that are left. And then down here we have parsley as well. Even the soil is bad. I don't know if I'll be able to transplant it, but I'm hoping I'm able to. Garden failures. This is my seedling tray. I had cauliflower here. I had kale down there. Marigolds, only 2 survivors. I have mint here. Also, it seems like it's dying back. I'm not sure if it will come back. I'm hoping it does because I really need mint. I don't have much. Yes. So back here. Oh, I forgot to show you something. In between this spinach, I put in some kale seeds and they came up right there. We have this, and then we have that. Yes, they are coming out quite great. Germination rate is good. They because the reason why I put in some kale seeds in between these, it's because this spinach looked like it was going to die back. It wasn't really doing great. It wasn't producing much. But then now that today it looks great. I remember it hadn't been fed in a long time. I think in a week or so it would have recovered. But I'm hoping this kale can grow as well because it grows long stalks, and this is the kind of kale, chamolia, that I put in there because it grows taller. I think this spinach can remain here. I'm not going to remove it yet until the kale grows and until it reaches its lifespan. I don't know how long it takes to be edible. I don't know how long it takes while edible, but I'll keep it here until I can fully say, this is no longer edible, and remove it. And then that side, we had a trial of containers for tomatoes as well. 2-liter bottles. We put in 4, and we lost 3 when they were small. This one survived. This little one survived. I love this tree, and it's flowering. Yes, it's flowering. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that it does well. I am crossing my fingers that it does well. I don't even remember the varieties of those tomatoes. I have other ones here. I don't remember. I had mixed them. I had Roma tomatoes and I had some store-bought tomatoes that I put in. So now I don't remember when I transplanted which ones went where. I don't remember what I did with which seedlings, so I'm not even sure if the one in the bottle is a Roma tomato or it's the store-bought that I had. I don't even, I'll just keep watching and see what happens. So this is our tomato patch here. It's quite a bush. Yes, I didn't even adhere to any spacing standard here. I just put them in and they're terrific. They are all flowering. They are all flowering. I hope they produce fruit, because I tend to see it's like they will flower and then the flowers will close caps and no fruit. I think probably there is an issue with pollination. I haven't seen any pollinators around here. I don't have flowers yet. My flowers died back. I had marigolds, they died. Now I don't have any flowers to attract pollinators. So I don't know if this will produce fruit or not. If anyone out there knows how to hand pollinate tomatoes, please let me know, because I really don't know how those things work. And underneath here we put in some spring onions. They are doing great, but it seems like they're not getting enough sun because they're shaded. And these tomatoes, when we did put the spring onions underneath here, we had hoped that these tomatoes would be the taller type, but it seems like they're just going to be short and bushy. This tomato patch, we've had to deal with some leaf miners, great damage. So we kept picking the leaves that were damaged and getting rid of them. They're not going anywhere near our veggie scraps that we use for composting. So we have been discarding those into the trash can. And we've had also some fungal attack. I'm not sure if this will be visible, but this, I want to believe this is fungal infection on these tomatoes. I haven't sprayed anything. I don't spray anything on my veggies. I don't even have anything to spray because I am doing organic gardening, so I don't keep anything. To deal with other pests like aphids, I use chili powder, crushed chili, and crushed garlic. I put that in water, let it sit over the night, and strain that into a spray bottle and use it to spray. I really don't have a routine how to do it. I just do it as I go, and it has so far worked. So this is a new bed. This is new. We had some tomatoes that sat in through the winter. They were started way back in, I'm not sure if it's May. They have stayed in June, and towards the end of July we decided to put them here. So they did not do well, as you can see. Most of them died, but I am hoping that some will come up. Like this one I'm hoping it will come up. I'm not sure. Even this one, I'm not sure if it will survive, but I'm hoping. But it looks like this one is going to die. And there's this little one here. It looks like it's doing great. I think this one is the only one that looks good. Oh no, and the other ones down here, I think the other one looks like it's very cold. I'm not sure if it will survive that other one, but this one I am hoping it does, because it looks like it has some low greenery in between so I think this one will survive. I'm not sure. So that's all in here, this little patch. I don't know how big I can say this is, but it is a very small patch. It is a very, very small patch because I don't have space to be doing much. Oh, don't tell me. My tomato broke. I don't know what happened, but no, so sad. My tomato broke. I don't know. Okay. I hope it survives because it has a sucker right there. I'm so sad. I don't know how this happened, but anyway. Okay, so out the garden here, we have 2 new pots. In this little one here, they're all covered. We started some seeds yesterday. There's a cucumber seeds in here. We put cucumber seeds in here. I mean, there's bigger one we put in runner beans in here. If anyone knows what I can put beneath these once they have sprouted, please let me know, because I am intending on trellising them up so they go up instead of creeping down. So I wanted something that I could put at the base once they are up the trellis. So I am hoping something comes out of it, and I hope the weather is favorable enough for them to sprout and not die, because I haven't been having any luck with my seedlings and starting seeds. And down here we have a few containers. Yes, this first one here, all of those are tomatoes, but they're not doing as great. This one, I'm hoping this will survive, the first one, because it's not looking great. It's not looking great, but I hope it survives. And this second container here, this is the container that we use to keep our scraps, veggie scraps. We'll let them rot a bit and then ferment them in water, and then mix the water with our watering water that we use to feed the plants. But then at some point we didn't know what to do with the scraps. They were too much, and we thought they were past their usage. They needed to go to the compost pile, but we don't have a compost pile. We don't have anywhere we can compost. I don't even have a compost bin. So we decided to put that at the base of this container and use this container as what do you call, it's a pot for tomatoes. So we put in some soil and compost in there, and then we planted in these tomatoes. They've been doing great until today. I noticed some yellowing on the leaves. I don't know what that could be, but of all these tomatoes and pots, they've been doing great. except that the leaves have been cut by my baby. She comes out here and she cuts all the leaves. I don't know why. Probably because she's sent me pruning tomatoes and getting rid of leaf minor damaged leaves. So when she comes out here, because these ones are not covered, she cuts the leaves. And even these ones, this one we didn't put anything, it's just soil in here, native soil and some compost at the top and mulch, but the leaves are yellowing. I don't know. And they're also flowering. This one is flowering, those ones are still small, but they have this yellowing. I don't know what this could be. If someone has an idea, please help. And down here, those ones all died. I had a pepper plant in there, and then I put in tomatoes at a later stage when the pepper plant died, but they also died. I think I have a problem with the soil. My problem is the soil. Let me show you that in a bit. My problem is the soil. The soil is clayish. See, it's clayish. It's not draining very well. I don't know. I put in pit sand in here to try and loosen the soil up, but it hadn't worked. So I don't know how I'm going to compensate for that. I don't even have access to any potting soil right now because it's locked down, and apart from that, at this point I couldn't afford any potting soil. So I don't know, way forward maybe I might have to sacrifice for a few bags of potting soil because it looks like I'm going to need it. I don't have much growing space on the ground, so I might as well be using pots in the long run, just working on pots. So I am really new to working with pots. I have tried in my previous garden at my mother's house. It didn't really do well, but the plants survived. A lot of them survived, except for tomatoes and potatoes. They didn't survive, but everything else survived. I had tomatoes, I had peppers, I had strawberries. Strawberries are still thriving. They're even harvesting. So really, with this patch, it's like I am starting over. I am relearning the processes of how to take care of potted plants, or working with containers in the garden when you don't have space to work on the ground. Here I have my compost. I bought compost some time back, but really I don't know, maybe it's just maybe I've never done compost to the fullest to say it has been worked, and I could fully say this is my compost from my compost bin. I haven't done that, but I bought this. When I got here, I felt it wasn't really compost. I'm not sure. I'm gonna show you this. Let me just dig in and show you. I don't know. Someone maybe help me. Does this look like compost to you, or just topsoil? Because I bought this and I was told it's compost. To me it looks like just topsoil from a local garden. I really want to know, because I've used this in the garden and I can't really tell the difference. I can't see any difference it's adding to the garden. It's just some soil. Okay, so back here we have peppers. Those peppers, my sister started those peppers and she gave them to me in that yogurt container. They looked so great. They really looked so great. But when we transplanted these, they died. A lot of them died. They were a lot of these 2 black big containers. We had about 3 in each container, and then 2 in each of those white smaller ones, and then 2 in that far end. And so far I think I've lost 1 container. I lost all. The other 2 containers I lost 1 each. And then in this big container I think I'm going to lose 2, and then in this other one I lost 1. So I lost a lot. And then here, the ones that were left here, it's just a few. I'm not even sure if I transplant this they're going to survive, but I lost a lot of these peppers. I think I noticed the problem is the drainage, the soil. Like I said, it's a bit, it's clay, so it's not really draining properly. The only pot that I noticed that it drains well is this one. This one drains very well. Even though I lost 1 pepper in it, I noticed it drains very well. And then these ones, they're very beautiful. I'm hoping they survive. I'm really hoping they survive, even though the soil is not drained. I don't know what I can do to compensate for the soil and I get them to survive. Anyone who has an idea, please help. This one was eaten by something. I don't know. It was eaten by something. This one, I don't know what. And it's the only one that looked really great, because this container, it was a bin and it broke. This was a bin, it broke down there, so I used it. I covered with some fabric and I put in the soil. I put this plant. It's a very well drained, so this plant is doing great. It's doing great. The problem is something ate my pepper. I don't know what. So that is all from my garden. And I am not going to show you any other plants that are in the house. Really not plants, but I have started some what do you call it, avocados. They are coming up. Well, you'll see that some other time, just not today. I've started some strawberries. I've started some Cape gooseberries. They haven't sprouted yet. I'm hoping they do. Today I'm going to be starting some herbs. I'm going to be starting sage, parsley. What else do I have? I have quite a handful. Chives. I am going to be starting thyme. I really don't have any luck starting those, except for parsley. Now I seem like I can go about it and start it, and it sprouts. But anything else, they don't really sprout, so I don't know. That's all from my garden. From my garden to yours. Thank you. Bye. Hello.